For millions of retirees, Social Security is the foundation of survival. But here's the dark truth: what was meant to be a safety net is barely enough to get by in many parts of the United States today. Rent, healthcare, and daily expenses continue to rise, and every year, thousands of seniors discover that their checks don't stretch as far as they used to. The question becomes unavoidable: can you really retire abroad on Social Security alone? The answer depends not just on money, but on where you are willing to go. In some countries, your Social Security check could barely cover rent, but in others, it could pay for housing, food, and even healthcare with money left over. Retirement abroad isn't a fantasy, it's already happening. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are living overseas today, supported almost entirely by their Social Security benefits. The reason is simple: the cost of living is dramatically lower. When you factor in affordable housing, low-cost healthcare, and cheaper food, what looks impossible in the US becomes not only possible, but comfortable. But here's what no one tells you: not every country works. The dream collapses if you choose a destination without infrastructure, without safety, or without access to proper medical care. That's why research is everything. You need to know where your money will stretch, but also where your life will feel stable, secure, and fulfilling. Without both, retirement abroad is just survival, not living. Social Security payments in 2025 average around $1,800 a month, with some earning more and many living on less. On that amount in the US, rent alone can consume everything. But in places like Mexico, Vietnam, or Portugal, $1,800 can cover rent, food, and private healthcare, and still leave enough to enjoy life. That difference is why more retirees are packing their bags. Here's the uncomfortable truth: most people won't consider this option until it's too late. They will keep struggling in cities they can't afford instead of admitting that a better life might be waiting elsewhere. But those who do consider it often discover freedom they never imagined. They find themselves living not just better, but happier, healthier, and with dignity intact. The biggest concern is healthcare. Retiring abroad on Social Security only works if you can access reliable medical care. Countries like Thailand, Portugal, Costa Rica, and Panama provide excellent healthcare at a fraction of US costs. In these places, even private hospitals are affordable to those living on nothing more than Social Security. Another concern is visas. Some countries make it easy, while others demand income requirements or proof of savings that go beyond Social Security checks. That's why countries like Mexico, Panama, and Ecuador are so popular. They understand the value of retirees and provide easier pathways. Housing is another factor. Renting abroad is often shockingly affordable, with apartments available for a few $100s a month in safe, walkable neighborhoods. That means Social Security alone doesn't just cover a roof, it covers a lifestyle that feels secure. And security is priceless in retirement. Of course, there are challenges. Language barriers, cultural adjustment, and distance from family can make retiring abroad harder than people imagine. But the truth is, many retirees discover new communities, new friends, and a sense of belonging they didn't expect. Isolation is replaced by adventure, and struggle is replaced by possibility. The key is honesty. If you try to live like an American abroad, spending like you always have, you will fail. But if you adapt to local life, shopping in local markets, learning some of the language, and embracing the culture, you'll discover that Social Security is not just enough, but more than enough. That's the part no one admits. Retiring abroad on Social Security alone is not just about money, it's about mindset. You can live comfortably, but only if you are willing to live differently. Without that adjustment, even the cheapest country won't save you. This is why financial planners and experts stress balance. They know that retiring abroad is possible, but it requires preparation, research, and humility. Social Security alone can provide freedom, but only if you choose the right destination. And the right destination is not about paradise postcards, it's about infrastructure, healthcare, and community. So is it possible? Absolutely. But only for those who are willing to trade the comfort of familiarity for the reward of freedom. Right pointing finger emoji. Subscribe for brutally honest retirement truths every week. Right pointing finger emoji. Like this video if you believe retirement should be about living better, not just getting by. Right pointing finger emoji. And check the affiliate links in the description for guides, services, and resources to help you plan your move abroad. Because retiring abroad on Social Security alone isn't just possible, it may be the smartest decision you ever make.